Hey, everybody, we're back. The Coon Prairie Ramblers confabulating about one-hit wonders.
Yes, we are. One-hit wonders.
And the one hit that I'm most famous, most
Wow,
familiar with.
celebrity in the studio.
Yeah, because I was there when it came out. I mean, I remember it so clearly because it was the Surfing Bird. Bird. You remember that one?
Yeah.
By the Trash Man? The Trash Man?
Unfortunately,
yeah. You know, because I remember that so well because I drove my cousin crazy because he was an alcoholic and he used to sleep his drunk off on our living room floor, and he would complain to my mother about me singing that song over and over and over again. He said,
that song would drive me to drink. I'd be an alcoholic.
Maybe you caused him to slip into
probably
a life of alcoholism.
Yeah.
Put him sitting down
I was
the road
trying to
in
force
church.
him out. I was figuring
that song would do it.
I used to do my Tarzan yell, you know, all that. Anyway, that was a one-hit wonder, but I guess you didn't realize they came out with another song after that called I forgot what it was. No, the Bird Dance Beat.
The Bird Dance Beat.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Well, they were milking that one, wasn't they?
Yeah, it was kind of. But I guess they faded away after that, right?
They flew away. Hopefully.
I heard that they recorded that in their garage.
You hear some of these one-hit wonders, and you wonder how they became a hit. Why?
Yeah. Is it possible to still do that? Do people do that?
One-hit wonder?
People come and go.
I think so. Yeah, sure.
Especially in country music, what they call country music. There's a new legend born every week. He or she's the flavor of the month, and then a week later, like, who was that?
Well, were there more one-hit songs way back then, or?
Yeah, I think back in the day.
In the day,
it was not unusual.
Yeah.
To be a one-hit wonder.
No, not at all.
In order to do that, you had to record the song, like in your garage, and then to take it around to all the disc jockeys or all the radio stations and do that?
That's right.
Yeah, but sometimes somebody would just hear it, and somehow it would spread by word of mouth.
If the right person heard it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of radio stations are automated nowadays. They ain't got nobody sitting there.
We got somebody sitting here taking care of us, Miss Erica, and we appreciate her very much. But there's a lot of one-hit wonders out there, and like I say, you wonder how some of them became hit. The smart ones, I think, are the ones who have the one-hit wonders. They can make enough money off of it to retire and walk away from it instead of stretching out a whole career and only have one or two songs anybody's heard of, and they become a caricature of themselves in the end, milking this one song for 30 or 40 years, and they look really sad on stage up there doing that. Because if you get out with one hit, pretty soon they'll forget about you, and you can go out and walk in public and nobody will recognize you.
Yeah.
Live happily ever after.
Well, it's hard to mad Carl Perkins.
Carl
This is
Perkins.
a one-hit wonder.
I know it. As good a
Blue Suede Shoes.
That's right.
He was more famous for singing along with other people in some other song.
And songwriting.
Yeah. But his only hit was Blue Suede Shoes.
Right. He had his biggest one. He had stuff like Matchbox.
So he made a hit with it, and then Elvis made a hit with it?
Well, he like you were saying, you had to go out and tour and take your record around from station to station, do interviews, and say, here, please play my record. Well, they were doing that and got in a bad car wreck. And I think it killed one of his brothers. His brothers was his band. And the brother, one brother died, I think, and he was laid up for a long time. And the song was just starting to get out there. Elvis hears it. Elvis runs to the record studio and records his version, and then that takes off, of course, and everybody's saying, like, who's Carl Perkins after that? But that was his one shot at being a true legend. But he was popular for playing on other people's music and recording with others. And he wrote Daddy Sang Bass.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, that's Carl Perkins' song.
Good information to that. And he probably one of the fathers of rockabilly.
Absolutely. He was in that stable with Charlie Rich and Elvis and Jerry Lee, Johnny Cash, and Roy Orbison and Sun Records at Sam Phillips. Heard something different in each one of them and brought them in and recorded them and made legends out of them. And a humble man. If you ever see him recorded, I mean, like an interview or whatever, I mean, he just seemed like a really down-to-earth, nice guy. I think he's from Mississippi. But one-hit wonders, they're out there.
Well, like you'd mentioned earlier, George Burns. I didn't know he had a one-hit song.
I wish I was 18 again. I'll bring my guitar in sometime. We'll do that one.
Okay.
George Burns was a one-hit wonder?
Yeah.
I don't know anything else he did. He did his comedy stuff. But
Gracie.
I don't know that was top 10 either, but it was. He's known for something like that.
He was doing one of his monologues one night, and some flyer bug got his throat.
Oh, Lordy.
So I said, "You want a glass of water?" He said, "No, but let him walk down."
That's pretty good wit right there. That's pretty fast
That's
recovery.
pretty fast. It was funny enough to me to remember it for 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he lived to be 101, I think.
Something like that. But
Yeah.
think
And
of
then
the other one-hit wonders?
Vicki Lawrence had hers.
And the title was?
The Night.
The lights went
Went
out
out.
in Georgia, which was later re-recorded by Reba
McEntire.
McIntyre.
And they made a movie about it.
Right.
Was there another song that was similar to that title?
The night they drove old Dixie
Oh,
down
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
by the
yeah.
band, but they
That's
had a lot.
quite a bit of difference in
The
it.
band had a number of hits, and it's a whole different kind of song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking about. A lot of the one-hit wonders came from novelty songs.
Like Disco Duck.
Disco Duck and,
Beep 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 beep. The car went beep beep beep.
oh, yeah, that was a very irritating song, too, right there.
That
That was, thankfully I missed that
beep
one.
beep beep beep. The car went beep beep beep.
It's one of them early folk singers, like a Pete Seeger kind of guy. It was one of those guys back in
Well,
the
that
day.
was that one drove my father. My father was unemployed for a while, and it was at home for a while, and he was listening to the radio, the AM radio, and that song was just playing over and over and over again. And I came home from school, and he says, if they play that song one more time, I'm going to kill this radio.
I heard that. Take it out back.
Seems to me
street.
like one-hit wonders had a big impact on your family.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Yeah,
You know, the
I see a
Purple
pattern
People
here.
Eater. My daughter, she's taking piano lessons. She's learning that song, the Purple People Eater.
On purpose, or she has to do it for an assignment?
No, on purpose.
Is she singing it or just playing it?
Mr. Royce and Mrs. Royce gave her a songbook that's got that song in there.
I don't think it's being very effective as an instrumental.
Yeah,
One-eyed,
it's,
one-horn, flying purple people eater. You wouldn't just get the same
But
effect.
she's very intrigued with it because, you know, like, and her mother's singing, while she's playing, her mother's walking around the kitchen singing the words to it. And
That was a hit for Sheb Woolley, who also was one of the guys who played on Rawhide. He was one of the cowboys on there. But he was also Ben Colder.
Oh, yeah, Ben Colder.
Ben Colder was his alias. He had
Sheb
some-
Woolley.
Ain't been no colder here than it has anywhere else.
That's right. Sheb Woolley. Look him up on
Sheb Woolley.
Facebook.
Where do these guys get
YouTube.
these names?
Sheb Woolley. I don't know. Stupid stuff sticks in my head. Nothing of any value.
And here's a weird thing is one of the one-hit wonders was done by two groups at the same time, and I didn't know that until this morning.
Really?
You're the one that brought it up to my attention. Alley-oop, oop.
Yeah.
Oop, oop,
Who
oop.
did it?
Both.
Oop, oop.
Well, Luke said the Hollywood Argyles. They released it July 11th, 1960, and it was also released by Dante and the Evergreen July 11th, 1960. So same date, same time.
Did they know they were both working on it, I wonder?
I don't know, but one of them took it to number 1 and one took it to number 15.
Huh. How about that?
So I guess it was somewhat. How about, well, probably one of the most famous was, Daddy said, son, you're going to drive me to drinking if you don't quit driving
That
that
hot rod Lincoln.
That story's true, and I'm here to say.
Yeah, yeah.
I was the one who's driving that Model A.
That's a pretty good song right there.
I like that song.
Some of the one-hit wonders were good. Some were
Some were
horrible.
great.
You know,
Some were absolutely.
some of the phrases from those songs, I mean, we repeat them in our mind every day.
They become catchphrases.
Yeah.
And they live on 40, 50
I
years
don't know
later.
how many times I've said that. You're going to drive me to drinking if you don't stop drinking. Or you're going to driving.
Hot rod.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of driving, we're going to have to crank up and get on out of here for this segment right here. We're out of gas here. We got to go, and we'll come back with the F-bomb here very shortly. So y'all stick close by. See what we do.